So Assassin's Creed Shadows is getting a co-op mode, but it might be delayed again, and also there was a male Japanese protagonist. Let's talk about this. So first thing I want to address is people calling me racist because I pointed out that I don't want to play with Yasuke and that there shouldn't be a black protagonist in this game. Now, why did I say that? Well, I think I explained it in that video very well, but I will explain it again because I believe that a game that's based in Japan should have, especially an Assassin's Creed game, should have a fictional character. As every Assassin's Creed has a fictional character that is then tied into historically accurate characters, times, places, blah blah blah, battles, whatever, you know? And the game was supposed to go that route, but we have a black, which I don't care that he's black. If he was white, for me, I would have the same problem. At least Tom Cruise made a movie, so we could relate to that. We now have this Assassin's Creed Shadows with the protagonist that's a black samurai. Sure, I'm racist for pointing out that if you feature a Japanese game, maybe you should feature someone from Japan. Okay, can Yasuke be a character in that game? Sure. Should he be a protagonist? No. And the story of this game was supposed to be like that. So that's where my apology ends. I'm sorry if anyone got offended. I just wanted to say that maybe you should base this game so that it has protagonists that makes a lot of sense compared to this, because now you're just using a character that existed in a completely fictional way, which makes no sense to me. We can also talk about Ubisoft being racist because they use a one-legged Torri Gate, but okay, it's fine. I will dive into that a bit later in this video. So that addressed, I want to talk about the co-op of this game, because the story of Assassin's Creed Shadows was supposed to be a male protagonist, a Japanese male protagonist, and he was supposed to be like a monk who then later on becomes an assassin by joining some kind of a shinobi clan. Sorry, I can't remember what it was. That idea of a storyline I like. Frankly, I like it because it makes sense. Even though he's a monk, so his life should be gardening and peace, then he's brought into this life where he needs to fight, and you know, it kind of all had its little ups and downs, and I don't want to talk about it too much. And we also don't know how the Shadow story will develop, so it might have a lot to do with that, and I think it will have to do with the character they created, because just throwing him out wouldn't make sense, because there is a fully modeled, functional male Japanese model that they made that was supposed to be a protagonist. But that origin story, basically, of Shadows was now shaped into this female protagonist, Naoi, basically, I think her name is. And she is a female shinobi. So she's the assassin, basically. Which, of course, cuts out some parts of the story, but makes sense. But why would you include the second character then? You know, why do you need him? For diversity? Why? You know, I don't get it. And I don't think he should exist in this universe as a protagonist, as a side character. Sure, can he give you some missions? Fine. But they obviously wanted to use co-op somehow because it's in the works and it's coming with this game. So that's why you need two characters, or well, you didn't need, but you have them, and you'll probably be limited to only playing those two, instead of being able to just jump in as like multiple shinobi assassins and doing this thing. But I'm sure it will tie into the gameplay somehow and be very interesting. I would love if it was like that, but you know, I'm not sure. Who knows? We will see when the game comes out. Now, the thing about the one-legged Torri Gate is a problem because there's only one that exists in Japan, and it's set in Nagasaki. Now, what happened in Nagasaki, I suppose you know, but if not, that is where the Americans dropped one of two atomic bombs in the World War II. And to include something like that doesn't have anything to do with Assassin's Creed Shadows and the time the game is set in, is of course very offensive, especially when you include it in a way that it's like a thing that Japanese have, and there's the two characters just chilling on it. It makes no sense, and of course it offended a lot of people, and it should, because basically Ubisoft did no research. I mean, why would you do this? And then on top of that, so you completely misrepresent Japanese culture with this, you know, you really offend them, and then You go in and you put hip-hop music on top of Yasuke fighting.
Greed cannot rule this village. Not while I have breath in my lungs and a blade in my hand.
I said kill him!
What does it have to do with anything? What does hip-hop music have to do with anything in Assassin's Creed Shadows, okay? So next time you wanna say I'm racist for doing this, I mean, I think Ubisoft proved themselves to be racist actually with how they did this, and it's awful and it should stop. But yeah, I'm coming now to the point of, will this game be delayed once again? Some sources, and take this with a grain of salt, say this is just a placeholder, while I strongly believe the game will be released February 14th. Will it be polished by then? I don't think so, even though they're promising it. I'm very certain it won't be, because they're also adding content that we know for certain. They're adding missions and stuff to make this game more interesting, more polished, more full of quests and stuff to do. And can this game bounce back from all of the hate and everything and still be a good game? Be a good game, yes. Bounce back, very, very hard to do. They showed the pre-order numbers, I mean not the actual numbers, but they are saying that it's good, it has strong pre-orders. But I believe there is a lot of people who will actually play this game despite everything that's going on, because it doesn't impact the playing that much, for me at least. Because I don't care if he's a black samurai or whatever, I'm just still gonna try the game, and if it's good and if it works and if the story is great, I will say that. I will come back and say, hey, I did hate on it, but it's now better. They fixed it, it's great. But if that's not the case and the game is shit, well, there'll be even more hate about it. But they are trying to fix it so that it doesn't have any bugs and problems that Star Wars game had, the Outlaws, and I believe in them, I believe they can do it. I think this game can come back and really be a good Assassin's Creed experience. I'm just afraid that not a lot of people will buy it, but it will be made anyways. And the last thing I want to talk about in this video is about the overall state of Ubisoft, because the people pointed out to me that they, I said they are publishers. Well, Ubisoft is a publisher and a developer, basically. They publish their own games, maybe under a different company, but it's the same. Come on, don't, like, what? They pointed out that Ubisoft is a shit developer, and look, there's a few Assassin's Creed titles that are great. Then there's a few that are good, very good. A few that are shit. There's 13 games, okay? You have a hit and a miss, of course. They also made Steep. Before that made Shaun White Snowboarding and Skateboarding, which were good games. Snowboarding was a better game, but not as popular. They made Steep. They made also Riders Republic, which I didn't like it that much, but Steep I love. And if you played Steep, you know what I'm talking about. Then there's the Far Cry universe, okay? Amazing games. Like, really, out of like what, 6-7 Far Cries, there's only 1 or 2 that are shit. The rest are very, very good. Then we move on to Tom Clancy's universe, okay? Ghost Recon games, apart from Breakpoint, all of them are very good. Splinter Cell games, amazing. We are waiting for new Splinter Cell as soon as possible. We love it, come on. The Crew and the Driver before that. Driver, San Francisco, amazing game. And you can't even play it anymore, unfortunately. Great game. The Crew 1 and 2, amazing. Motorfest, getting better. Just Dance, I don't know if you remember, but Ubisoft made that. Also amazing games. They purchased Trackmania, of course, it's very good. Rainbow Six Siege, Watch Dogs 1, a letdown, okay, I need to admit that. Watch Dogs 1 was a letdown. Watch Dogs 2, great game. Really good game. I play it now and I'm making a video on it. It's so good. The Legion, mixed bag, a lot of problems. Cool new idea, but a lot of problems with that game. Rayman, come on, if you haven't played Rayman, I mean, what are we talking about? Prince of Persia as well. Settlers as well. And then we come to Anno. Okay, Anno has like 6 or I think there's 6 of them. like the newest one, 1800, amazing game, although I hate the multiplayer in it. The earlier games had a lot better multiplayer where it was actually you and friends playing on the same map. This isn't like that. This is just like you connect and then it's stupid. Last time I played it, a few years ago actually. So that took me like 5 minutes to just list all of their games. So we can't say they are shit. Ubisoft basically created all of the great games that we played. And they are now going a different route, unfortunately. And I hope the management changes, and I hope they don't sell, because that is also in talks, bankruptcy, sell-off. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope they can survive this. But with Concord costing 400 million, and Next Defiant being shit, being a letdown, they even admitted that it's a letdown, I see problems, and I'm afraid they can't bounce back even with a lot of sales from Shadows. I don't think it will generate enough. But can it be good for Ubisoft? Yes. Will it be a good game? I think yes. Can they survive with all of the shit happening? I mean, they are already selling overpriced games basically, but maybe, maybe lower the price a bit so more people could buy it and not wait for sales and stuff. I would love to see Ubisoft bounce back, go back to their roots and make games for gamers, because you can't make like games for people who don't play games, because they won't play them. Okay, so listen to the gamers and try to basically make these games how we want them, because people bought Ghost of Tsushima, okay? People in the West bought them, people in Europe bought them, people in the East bought them, play the game, they like it. You can make it good. You don't have to try this folk bullshit. Just give us a good game, people will buy it, people will play it. Thank you for watching this video. That's all I have to say. If you still think I'm a racist and don't like this or whatever, I'm sorry. Look, I tried to explain it. That's it. See you in the next video. Bye.